Sam,
Luke, what's
how
up?
are you?
Good.
Good morning. This is Sam Nicholson, founder of Stargate Studios, all the way from LA.
Ready to shoot virtual Valletta. Basically getting 270 degrees.
So that's why there's 3 cameras. And this is your, I'd say your carry-on rig, right?
Yes, this is I would say virtual backlot light.
Okay.
So we've got the Sony Alpha ones, which give us 3 times 8K in 422 10-bit. So it ends up as a 20K stitch. We wind up with a total sphere with very high definition moments in it that will eventually go on to about a 140-foot LED wall.
Huge.
With the global illumination, you can build a CG midground. Then you have live action foreground on LED for virtual production. So it's a virtual location.
You're getting everything you need to fake that the scene is happening here.
Yeah.
But in actual fact, it can happen in the comfort of a studio. And you're here this morning, you were here last night as well.
We're here last night with Peter Policino, who's an awesome drone pilot. So we have introduction shots into the scene, and then we'll drop in here as a big background. It's like shooting a movie without actors. Then we'll put the actors in later. But we get to go to the beautiful spots.
Exactly.
Drink coffee, enjoy ourselves, wait for the light to be perfect, all the difficult stuff.
Cool.
And then we'll bring all this back to the studio. Stargate will stitch it all together, which is critical so the visual effects artist can handle this much data, because we shoot a lot of data. This will be probably 2 or 3 terabytes of data when we're done. And then you get that onto some hot computers, bring it into the studio, put it up on a big LED wall, and you're in Valletta.
So make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you at the studio. All right, we made it back.
Yep.
A bit warmer in here.
It is much warmer right now.
But we're still virtually there, right?
We are. We managed to gather some fabulous shots this morning, I think, of Valletta. And these will eventually become backgrounds for the virtual production process, whether on LED or green screen. These are backgrounds, deep backgrounds, that will build out with CG midgrounds and live action foregrounds.
Right, so you're taking these plates essentially all over the world.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, only the most beautiful parts of the world.
That's why you're here.
Yeah. No, actually, sometimes it's dangerous parts.
Right.
Or very uncomfortable to take actors, or really remote or whatever. You can go with a small team to places that you really can't go with a big crew. And the other thing that's beautiful about it is, you're kind of invisible. And because it's a little crew and you kind of stand around and you just essentially are data gathering in very high resolution. So people tend to ignore you.
Yeah.
And that's really what you want. You want to kind of be there without being seen.
Otherwise, you have people just looking at the cameras in the background.
Right. I mean, you show up with a big actor in Cairo and, there's 500 people on the corner. The bogeys are very difficult to deal with. So this way you can go into Red Square, or you can go into Tokyo or Washington, D.C., and with a very minimal footprint, almost like a documentary crew.
Excellent. And in this case, you brought over some examples to show us. So tell us a bit about what we're seeing here. So this is a test, correct?
This is a test we did before Our Flag Means Death was greenlit at HBO. We wanted to see if we could do a pirate ship. So we took plates from Carmel. These are 4K plates of ocean, and then it's a CG ship out of Unreal. And then we brought it into our studio and combined it to do interactive lighting and day-night tests, and we linked this whole thing up live with the execs at HBO to prove that we could indeed do a pirate ship in an entire series on the water without ever being on the water. Yeah.
Which obviously would create so many challenges. Even on a real set, it would create challenges.
Yeah, so we shot all the plates in Puerto Rico and brought Puerto Rico to Warner Brothers, and then it was all virtual. The thing is, can you make it look purely photorealistic in certain shots.
Yeah.
Not everything. Visual effects still play a huge role, and it's the blend of post-produced visual effects and what you can achieve in real time. So over the life of a series, you can take, in this case, 80%, I think, of the material. So you have 1,000 shots, 800 of them are live, 200 of them are still traditional complex post shots. But instead of having to deal with 1,000 shots, you're dealing with a percentage of that.
I think the experience for the actors is also better than looking at a green screen, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the experience for the actors, the director can see it, the DP can block it.
Yeah,
you know, you can get shots that are very, very natural with multiple cameras. It's a new tool that augments visual effects. These are visual effects in real time. We come from many, many years of complex visual effects in post-production, everywhere from glass paintings to digital multi-layered shots. And now for, this, medium shots, close-ups, dynamite. It is the way to do it.
And I think what's cool about the Stargate technology is that it doesn't only work on these big LED walls, but it can work on smaller LED screens as well. So you were showing me Run, I believe, right?
Yeah, Run was a very different approach. Here we're using 40 4K monitors. These were monitors that we bought at Home Depot, right? Or I think it was Best Buy. But the idea was we wanted 4K in every window.
Right.
So when you look at it, this is much higher resolution than a single LED wall. So you can go to a window and it's 4K outside.
And actually
every
look
window.
outside with the camera.
If it's one LED wall, we did a lot of tests. If it's a big LED wall, you have just a few pixels outside every window.
Exactly.
So in this case, the trick is how do you sync 40 screens with things like railroad tracks, which are totally unforgiving if they're off. So everything is motion tracked because we're running down the train with a Steadicam, and then you get everything in camera. And in this case, we did all of the green screen, whatever you can't do on set. If you have the post-production card in your hand, you can say, maybe we should do this in post. Right. Let's not waste our time. At foreground reflections, sometimes you're shooting off the LEDs or you're seeing off the monitor, whatever it is. If you're dealing with visual effects, it's not going to become somebody else's problem. It's your problem, right? So we did have to guarantee to HBO that anything that didn't work on set, we'd do in post.
Yeah.
So with that level of guarantee, they greenlit the show.
Amazing.
And it worked great. It was wonderful to take our own private railroad cars, the private dining car, private sleeping car, private caboose, and take it, hook up and go on Amtrak all the way across the United States and back. Big loop, 2 weeks of shooting with...
That's how you got all the plates.
Absolutely, about 10 cameras in running 8K, Reds and Sonys, and I'm telling you, a lot of data. I think it was 250 terabytes of data. But you go to your dining car and you're downloading the whole time. It's pretty relaxing. You have a cup of coffee and your computers, and you're just another card. And we all have radios. Sitting in a big overstuffed lounge chair in the caboose, going through the Midwest of the United States and saying, "Okay, roll all the cameras, rolling," and then you just watch the world go by. If you had a perfect world, how would you shoot it?
Yeah.
If you're going to go to the Vatican, where do you want to shoot from? And can we get there with a small team? So it enables the creative and the writing to dream big and do things which a big crew can't do. In certain instances, it's much easier to bring the location to a stage than take the entire unit to the location. Yeah. And I think the future of virtual production is really, really exciting that way. It's opening up a lot of new frontiers, and it is a new tool. It doesn't replace reality. We're not trying to replace visual effects. We're trying to bring a new tool to the table to augment these things and give filmmakers the ability to really, truly achieve
Their vision.
their dream, open up the creative possibilities and expand, the scope of a show without necessarily expanding the budget.
Exactly. Fantastic. Future's exciting.
Great, can't wait. Let's go back out. Malta's beautiful. Let's go shoot.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.